What's up, guys? It's your boy King David. I'm back with another video. I know it's been some time, probably about a week or so since I posted last, but I'm just going to go into a couple things, and this one's going to be about what you should be doing to be your best self, your best man, like the best man you can be, right, guys? Let me take a sip of water first. So there's 5 things you should be doing to be the best version that you can be possibly in this time, right? So, like I said before, not drinking, of course, but you can still drink every now and then. It's okay to have a little bit of wine or, smoke a little bit, smoke a little bit of bud or, all that's okay, guys. Like, you gotta understand that doing it every now and then is okay, but if you want to be your best version, you gotta do it not at all, right? Now, you're not gonna be like cool with a lot of people because most people do drink and they do smoke. The people who don't, they look at other people who drink or smoke or whatever, and they kind of look either down upon them or they look at them as like, I don't want to be that individual who's drinking too much at the party and ends up like saying something that they wouldn't normally say. It opens you up to saying things that you normally wouldn't have said. There is no filter a lot of the times when you drink, and you can end up saying something that you don't really want to say to somebody. But since you've been drinking, now that you have said that very thing, now you have to deal with the repercussions of saying it, right? So drinking and smoking can do that. Smoking a little bit less, you still have like the ability to like cognitively think before you say something, guys. But those two are like the main factors of what you should get rid of, or at least limit, or be by yourself while you're doing them. I know a lot of people like to be social when they drink or social when they smoke, but oftentimes that can lead to other problems, guys, in just day-to-day life. It's best to go solo on them, and don't be ashamed of drinking alone or smoking alone, because you gotta realize that like you're gonna be by yourself majority of your life, so getting comfortable with yourself is a big thing. So the third one is simple. What's going to make you better in life is exercising. A lot of guys don't exercise. A lot of guys don't take care of their bodies. So being in shape is an all-around benefit, right? You're going to be able to walk better. You're going to be able to move better. You're going to be able to talk better. You're going to have the confidence talking to women because you have the physical body to show for just being active in general. Like, being active is going to be more attractive to women, and it's not just about women, but it's, if you want to attract women, because I think a lot of guys that get on retention, they want to attract women. You want to be physically fit. Physically fit means you're going to have a higher chance of pulling the better looking women in life, and your standards are higher usually. If you know that you exercise and take care of yourself, you want a partner who's going to do the same for themselves. So that was 3 things. The last 2 are simple. Hygiene, of course, guys. You want to take care of your body. You want to take care of your smell and your look and everything. So that's a very important thing. And I would say like the last thing that's going to improve you all around, guys, like improve like just the day-to-day life and just how women perceive you, how people perceive you, how everybody perceives you, is, like I always talk about, is retention, guys. It's the hardest thing to do. Like, I still struggle with retention. I still can't get on long streaks. The reason why I can't is because there's blockages, and you got to understand that every time when you try to get to a further distance in retention, there is going to be so many distractions. For you to be able to go on longer streaks, you have to literally cut out all the distractions in your life. So you're not watching TV, you're not on YouTube, you're not on Instagram, you're not on, like, you basically don't have a life for a little bit of time, which is okay. But a lot of people can't like accept just going without. You have to go without to become the better version of yourself, right? To go without means you're disciplined. To go without means you have the opportunities present themselves to you because you're doing the shadow work. You're doing the internal work that nobody else is going to do. You know what I mean? And some people, they might look at you and be like, kind of like, well, you're weird because you're not doing what everybody else is doing. Well, if you want to be different, if you want to be somebody who really everybody looks up to, especially kids, and I mean, really, it's about the kids looking up to you as well, guys. Like women, they're not really going to be on that same kind of type of time, guys. Like, you got to understand that a lot of women aren't going to understand you, and you're going to have to go alone, possibly even be celibate for some years, maybe, because of retention, and that's okay, guys. Like, you have to understand that it's the long journey. It's the long end goal that you're going for. You're not going for that short term, like, dopamine. Because in 10, 15 years, guys, like, you got to understand that if you're just like depleting your dopamine, you're just watching these videos, you're sleeping with your girlfriend all the time, you're not really waiting in between, times when you get intimate with each other, you're not doing any of that. Like, eventually you're going to be burned out, right? You're going to be burned out. Like, that's the idea, or not idea, that's the cause and effect of what you're doing. And telling people about these, benefits, they're not going to understand it because they're stuck in the same loop as many others, and trying to explain to somebody some stuff that they are never going to get is a waste of breath, waste of time, waste of energy, waste of just what you should be telling somebody who's actually wanting to do it or already on the practice, guys. Like, being on retention is a difficult journey. It is something that it's a constant battle. Like, even like I said, I can't hold it down for more than like 2 months. I've gone 78 days or 70. I think it was 78 days is the longest streak I've gone, guys. For a lot of people, that's a long time, guys. So you got to understand, you got to pat yourself on the back, when you do reach those days and when you're able to accomplish that thing, or that many days, guys, and realize that the longer you go without that stuff digesting, really, you're looking at something and then you're digesting it in your brain, right? It takes time for you to really think about what you were watching, right? Whether it be a TV show, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it be, TikTok, whatever you're indulging in, guys, it really changes who you are. It changes what you say. It changes how you interact with people. It changes so many aspects of just your day-to-day life. So if you decide to cut that out of your life, people are going to look at you weird because you're not looking at what everybody else is looking at. You're looking at just the world as it is. You're probably in nature, you're probably working out, you're probably just eating good and just being healthy and trying to do your best to be the best version of yourself. Realize that family members too, guys, like family members, friends, everybody that you know or have known, they are not going to like when you are on your path of success. Like, when you're doing retention, you're actually on a couple streaks, a couple long streaks, not just a basic streak like 7 days or something. Like, when you're really like retaining and you've gone like over a couple months, guys, they're not going to understand you, and you got to really connect with your tribe. Sometimes the people in your family aren't your tribe. It's just not your tribe. Like, some people will be your tribe, but a lot of people, I'm telling you guys, like, they're not going to understand what you're doing or why you're doing it, or they're going to be like, why aren't you like me, right? Why aren't you like the majority of people? The truth is, you're not weird, you're not strange. What you're doing is not strange. It's actually perfectly normal, guys. Like, it's actually a lot better than what they're doing. So when you achieve your goals and you achieve what you set out to do, like, because you have the discipline and you have the mindset to continue on the journey you'll understand that a lot of the people that you thought were like there for you, they're not really there for you, guys. Like they're never going to be there for you. They're just there to try to bring you down a lot of the times, right? They bring you down because they can't do it themselves, right? A lot of times they can't break free from the content. They can't stop drinking or stop smoking, you know what I mean? Or at least limit themselves. So when they look at you, they're looking at themselves, right? They're looking at like, why can't I be like you? And in reality, they need to work on, why can't I be a better person? You know what I mean? And it's not even like a why can't I become a better person? It's like, how can I become a better person? That's the truth. People don't have that introspection, that like conversation with themselves, or conversation with God, and trying to become a better individual. So don't look at them as if they are naive to the abilities that they can potentially possess, but look at them as if they don't understand it yet, and they're not going to understand it until they finally embrace it. Like, you have to embrace things like this, and with retention, like I've said, like I've been on it for years. I've gone through ups and downs and battles and challenges, and praying to God and trying to get closer with Him, and understanding that it's a really difficult journey. Like, there's times when I didn't know, I didn't know if I would ever be able to get past 2 months, or, there was times when I really just wanted to get to 90 days. Like, I was like, let me get to 90 days. Let me get to 90 days. It's not about the days, guys. Like, it's about just embracing it, right? I think the reason why I talk about retention so much on my channel, and trying to build up your sexual energy, is because that's like really the life. It's your life force. It's what's going to attract the women. It's what's going to attract opportunities into your life. It's what's going to attract just goodness, wholeness, wholesome. You want to be wholesome. You want to be righteous in this world, and move through the world in the best light as you can, and try to do the best. Put your best foot forward in whatever you're doing, no matter what it is, guys. Like, if you're filming, YouTube videos, or if you're working a job, a 9 to 5, or whatever you're doing, guys. Like, if you're watching the content and you're coming to work, or if you're watching the content and you're making like content, right? It's going to show, it's going to show through your eyes. Like, your eyes are the windows, right? Your eyes are the windows to the soul. And if you have a hard time looking at people, if you have a hard time interacting with people, you have a hard time really just being authentic with people, it's because you're ashamed. You're ashamed of who you are. You're ashamed of like looking at some video that you probably shouldn't have watched. You're ashamed of maybe being with your girlfriend, and doing something, intimate, but you didn't really want to do it, you know what I mean? But she wanted you to do it, or who knows, right, guys? Like, I don't know exactly everybody's lives or whatnot, but I do know that if it's not authentic, whatever you do in life, if it's not authentic and you really want to do it, you're going to feel some type of way, and that feeling doesn't go away right away. Like, you're going to feel some type of way. If somebody does you wrong, right, in life, somebody does you wrong and you feel some type of way, but you don't let them know right away, you know what I mean? You're going to feel that for some time until it eventually fades away. That's the reality. Like, before, in the past, when you would smoke and you would drink and you weren't so aware to things, you would just let it slide. Just be like, whatever, that guy just did whatever, you know what I mean? But now, as you get older, you're like, and you're more aware. It's not even about being older. You're just more aware of things. You just can't let things like that slide. Like, especially when you're on retention, you don't let shit slide at all. Like, you just don't. Like, you don't give a fuck about what anybody, excuse my language, but you don't really care who they are. You don't care if they're your brother, your sister, your mother. You don't care. You don't let it slide, because it's like, that's going to lead to you being angry at them, or you actually confronting them, right, guys? Eventually in the future. So you might as well just snip it in the butt right when it starts. If people have a problem with you, or they feel some type of way towards you, let them know right away. Like, look, like, what's your problem? Why are you angry? What's the issue? Let's resolve it, right, guys? Like, that's the whole idea. Especially when you're on retention, you have the testosterone behind you to confront it head on, right? That's what you want to do in life. And if you're not like that, then they're going to try to walk all over you, or they're going to try to like talk some nonsense about you, or say something, or try to like say something undertone saying, right? They'll say something slick and think they can just get away with it like how they used to in life, guys. So just remember that. Stand up for yourself, guys. Like, always stand up for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you who you are or what you do, or oh, you're this, you're that. It's like, I'm many things, guys. I'm many things. But one thing I'm not somebody who's going to let somebody walk all over me and try to control who I am. So, and always remember, like, if somebody doesn't understand what you're saying, or if somebody doesn't understand that, what you're trying to tell them, and they get mad about it or whatnot, guys, remember that they don't have the consciousness to understand it yet. So don't get mad with them. Don't try to tell them you're wrong, I'm right, kind of a thing, guys. Just let them explain themselves and see it in their viewpoint. It could be agree to disagree, kind of a conversation, right, guys? Like, the reason why that is because you know what is true and they don't know yet. And when they don't know, they're going to try to fight in their own beliefs of what they believe in, guys. Like, and that's their own, that's what they're gonna believe until they understand it's a different way. And you can't really, like, you can't tell them any difference, because God is the only one who's really gonna be able to open their minds. Some people get stuck at a certain conscious and they never move beyond that because they're not open to all ideas. Being open to all ideas is the hardest thing, I think. With retention, you see a lot of these things, and understanding that, I'm speaking of like religions and things, guys. Sorry, my eyes itching a little bit. Speaking mostly of religion, right? If like one person views this is the right way, another person views this is the right way. Oh, if you do these things, you're sent to hell forever, or whatever. You know what I mean, guys? If that's the case, realize that they have a very one-sided track mind. They're going to believe in just what they believe in, and to change their mind state or mindset on something that is more open to forgiving, understanding, it's going to be a difficult thing to do, guys. Like, unless they are ready or open to understanding those things, it is not going to work. Only God is the one who's able to give them that insight that they really need to understand that we're all just human beings. We're living life, and the best thing for us to do is to help each other and help ourselves become the best versions of ourselves. That's why I like Bruce Lee a lot, guys. I know this video is getting a bit long. I wanted to keep it short, but Bruce Lee, he always said, sorry, my eyes itching, guys. Bruce Lee he used to say, he said, don't focus on... He said something along the lines of, be the best version of yourself. It's not about being better than anybody else. Be the best version of who you are. And whatever you do, try to be the best version. Because we all have different like styles and uniqueness and abilities and things that we can accomplish. And we all have different ways of putting blocks together to build a certain castle, right? We're all going to build different castles. We're all going to build different paintings. We're all going to build different structures or whatnot in life. So just do the best that you can do and be proud of yourself, guys. Don't look at somebody else's project and be like, oh, well, his is better than mine. Like, in reality, if that's the best you did, be proud of what you could accomplish, right? Maybe that's not your strong suit in life. What is your strong suit? Do the best in what you can do the best in, right? And don't really focus on what everybody else has going on or whatever. And admire and respect and be respectful to those who are respectful to you, guys. Don't ever engage in arguments and bickering and debates upon things that really don't matter either, guys. If people don't see it your way, accept that they see it a different way and move on from the very conversation. And that's how you digress and de-escalate a lot of situations that could become something more than what it is, That's how a lot of fights and weird stuff happens between people, is because misunderstanding of the way one person views it and the other person views it, right? That's about it, guys. Try to be respectful too. Try to be respectful. Like I say, if somebody was talking, right, and somebody jumped in the mid conversation, try to wait in between intervals. Like, have an interval of when you're talking and when you're not talking, and you know what I mean. There's so much to it. Etiquette. Like, not everybody gets into that, so they just expect that when you're what can I say? Like, etiquette is something that's kind of a lost thing, right? There's too many people. Honestly, there is too many people. This is the truth, right? There's too many people who are watching these videos on Instagram, YouTube, and whatever, and they just believe in whatever they see. They never really get into the bottom of what they saw, right? They never really look at really what they're viewing and go to and look, and do some introspection of, like, was that even real or not? Not even like AI or not, but just like, what is the true story? What is your side on the story? What is the real story? Because a lot of times when we see stories, guys, we're looking at it from a third point view. We're looking at it from somebody who's told somebody, and now you finally understand the story, right? Like, so you really ain't getting the real story. Like, unless you're there in person and you see it firsthand, like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So, that's just the truth, guys. Like, so many people. There was a video. I know, I kind of switched it up. There was a video where there was these kids. They were in school. I think they were in Africa or something. There's one kid that said something. He said, like, banana, right? He said banana to the next kid. There was like a line of kids, and then the next kid said pajamas, right? He changed it up, right? And the next kid said, bandana or something, right? So you see how that kid, like, from the first person who really knew what it was banana. That was the original word. The third kid thinks the word is bandana and not banana. You see what I'm saying, guys? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, news, YouTube videos, TikTok videos, all this stuff we watch, we really don't know what we're viewing. Like, we're just having a perspective on something that we have nothing to, like, we don't even know what really went on. Like, we're just viewing something that we believe we know what really happened. We're not in the car with the person. We're not in that very moment with the person. We don't actually see it with our two eyes. We're seeing it a third person. Somebody could have edited the video. Like, you don't really know what you're talking about, like, in truth. It's like same with like movie actors and all this stuff. I don't want to get this video too long, guys, and I like to talk and ramble and stuff and, get into details on things. That's why I like movies. I like movies and I like shows, because like that is something that's just solid. It's solidified, right? You watch a movie, you both can relate on certain aspects of the movie. Like there's not really too much you can create in your mind, right? It's gonna always be the same. Like one person watches the movie, another person watches the movie. You guys are both gonna come to some sort of conclusion on like what actually happened in the movie, right? Like you're gonna have like similar ideas and talk about similar things. But watching like a TikTok video or Instagram video or whatever, like it could be remade 1,000 times, so you don't really know what you're really watching. It could be different videos, different audios, different whatever. They can put whatever they want on it, so you don't really know what you're watching, guys. So just remember, that's why I don't even really watch Instagram with the volume. It's kind of weird. Like I don't watch it with the volume. I just view it like just to see, what's cool. I like Red Bull. Red Bull channel is pretty authentic, right? I like authentic stuff in life, guys. Like stuff you would really be like interested in watching, besides for like some random person who's telling you some news or some BS, guys. Anyways, this is getting kind of long and I don't want to talk about just all that. I just want to say those are the 5 things. Remember, retention is probably the most important, and stay on your journeys, guys, and don't be discouraged. Don't feel as if just because you've relapsed a lot, or just because you're still trying to become a better person and do better, that you won't get there. Like you will. Eventually you will. Just stay 10 toes down, right? Stay really dedicated to what you're doing, and eventually you'll get it. You'll get what you ask for in life, especially when it's spiritual, right? When it's something that's actual value to life, you'll get it eventually, and you'll love it. You'll love what the benefits are. Like when we don't retain, guys, we don't see the benefits. But when you're retaining and you're long-term retaining, you realize all these like things start to happen, and they just start to happen so easily. It's just so effortlessly. Like you just effortlessly get what you want in life. It's hard for me to explain it. Besides that, like you get what you want, like what you desire, what you actually really want in life, you get. But if you're not retaining, I mean, like you might get it, you might not. Like if the cards are in your favor, yeah, you probably will, because God is already going to give it to you. But it's like, it's weird. Everything happens for a reason. So if you know about retention, you're already ahead of the game, guys. Anyways, peace out. Enjoy your days and have a blessed one.